Have you ever felt like you were almost there? Almost happy? Almost fulfilled? Almost the person you thought you were supposed to become? You can sense it. Just one more goal, one more improvement, one more change away. And yet, the closer you get, the further it seems. Like chasing the horizon. You can run for miles, but it never moves. Most people spend their entire lives chasing that mirage. And it has a name: the illusion of becoming. We grow up inside a silent contract that no one remembers signing. You are not enough yet. You must achieve, improve, become someone better, someone worthy. As children, we're praised for being promising. As teenagers, we're told to find ourselves. As adults, we're haunted by the idea that we somehow haven't become enough. Every step of the way, society whispers, you'll be happy when you graduate, when you find love, when you make money, when you discover your purpose. But happiness keeps getting delayed, postponed into a future that never arrives. This isn't just modern anxiety, it's ancient. The philosopher Plato wrote that humans are like half-beings, split apart, and longing to become whole again. The problem is that in trying to become whole, we forget we already were. We mistake movement for meaning, achievement for peace. The German theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, writing from a prison cell, once said that we are not what we wish to be, but what we are. He had nothing left, no freedom, no future, and yet he found a strange calm in being, not becoming. You and I, however, live in a world addicted to becoming. We scroll, plan, dream, and fantasize about our future self. But we rarely stop to ask, what if this endless self-improvement is a subtle form of self-rejection? There's a moment that happens to almost everyone, often late at night, when the distractions fade. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, and this small, quiet thought slips in. What if I never become the person I thought I would? That question terrifies us, because to admit it would mean everything we've worked for, every ambition, every sacrifice, might have been built on an illusion. The ancient Stoics called this the suffering of desire, the pain that comes not from lacking, but from constantly needing. Seneca warned that a life spent in pursuit is a life spent in chains. And yet, if you stop pursuing, who are you? If you're not chasing a better version of yourself, what's left? We've confused evolution with escape. We think becoming is freedom, when it's often the most elegant form of imprisonment. Imagine this. You're on a train moving at full speed. You've been told that happiness is at the next station, so you keep your eyes on the window, waiting for the right sign to appear. But every time the train slows, the speaker says, "This is not your stop yet." You look outside, and people seem to be getting off, smiling, laughing, content. You stay seated, convinced your turn is coming, until one day the train stops moving, and you realize you never got off because you were waiting for a place that didn't exist. The psychologist Carl Jung once wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." That's what the illusion of becoming does. It distracts us from the unbearable task of being ourselves as we are. We try to fix, optimize, transcend, anything but accept. Nietzsche saw this in his time too. He mocked the modern obsession with progress, calling it a will to weakness, a constant flight from the reality of who we already are. He said, "Become who you are." But most of us never do, because it's not glamorous. There's no applause for stillness, no medal for contentment. The world rewards motion, not understanding. Here's the paradox. The more you chase meaning, the more it slips away. The more you try to perfect yourself, the more imperfect you feel. because every act of self-improvement secretly declares, "I'm not enough yet." That's why success never feels the way you imagined. The promotion, the follower count, the recognition, each one fades faster than the last. You don't arrive at happiness, you acclimate to it. Like a drug, you need higher doses to feel the same. And when the effect wears off, you panic, because you realize your sense of self was never built on being, but on becoming. Machiavelli once observed that men desire novelty more than stability. He wasn't only talking about politics, he was talking about the human heart. We are addicted to the chase, to the drama of our own progress. Without a mountain to climb, we feel lost. Without a next version of ourselves, we feel empty. But maybe emptiness isn't something to escape. Maybe it's the first honest experience of being alive. Picture a sculptor standing before a block of marble. Most people believe the sculptor is creating something new, but Michelangelo said the figure was already inside. The artist's job was simply to remove what wasn't it. That's life. That's you. You are not here to become something. You are here to uncover what's already there. Every time you stop chasing, a layer of illusion falls away. Every time you allow silence, the real you begins to breathe again. The you that doesn't need to become anything to be enough. Still, the mind rebels. It asks, but if I stop improving, won't I fall behind? Won't I waste my potential? Behind what? Potential for what? The finish line doesn't exist. You've been running in circles, calling it progress because everyone else is running too. You're not behind, you're just tired. And maybe that exhaustion is sacred. It's the soul's way of saying, please, stop running. Philosopher Alan Watts once compared life to music. The point of a song isn't to reach the end. It's to dance, to listen, to be in rhythm. But we treat life like a checklist, sprinting toward a finale that offers nothing but silence. You are not a project. You're not a journey toward a better self. You are a presence, momentary, fragile, infinitely enough. Somewhere in your mind, there's a memory of being a child, lying in the grass, looking at the sky, before you knew what becoming meant. You weren't trying to be anyone then, you just were. That was freedom, that was truth. Everything since has been noise. So maybe the answer isn't to become the best version of yourself. Maybe it's to stop editing the one that already exists, to sit with your imperfections and see them not as errors to correct, but as brushstrokes of your humanity, to look at your reflection, not as a blueprint for improvement, but as a home you've been exiled from for too long. The ancient Greeks had a word, ataraxia, a state of serene calm, free from the storms of desire. They believed wisdom wasn't found in adding more, but in needing less, in realizing that everything you've been searching for has been quietly waiting inside you all along. One day, you will wake up for the last time, and all the things you were trying to become will dissolve into dust. The only thing that will remain is who you already were, the presence beneath all the striving. So what if you stopped waiting to be enough? What if you stopped chasing the next version of yourself and simply arrived? Because maybe the truth isn't that you're not there yet. Maybe you've never actually left.